Hi there, it's the end of day 8 on the Pilgrimage to Paris, and I decided tonight it would be great to introduce you to a fellow pilgrim.
My name's Harry, and I'm joining this pilgrimage for all the right reasons, I think. So, if I can think of anything to say about it, I'll explain why. For me, I think the thing that introduced me to God was the awesomeness of creation.
Yeah.
So when you think about it being destroyed by people, or that humankind is having such an adverse effect on it, then that to me affects not just my views on climate change, but my views on my religious faith is as well.
Yeah. And Harry is a seasoned pilgrim. You have walked. Is the whole of the Camino that you did?
Yeah, I walked from Lourdes to Santiago, and had a great time doing that. It was once again a very enlightening experience, and I think as Gina said on previous things where she described how it very much is 3 phases to a large pilgrimage. I think sometimes when we're doing this one, though, we sometimes only seem to see the first phase of the pilgrimage, because there's quite a lot of pain still.
Yeah. And one of the beautiful things about today, other than the fact that we've hit the halfway point, we've now gone over 100 miles. Yeah. So we're going to be in Paris in a week's time. Yay!
Look forward there, yeah.
And actually, by our standards, today's been a pretty easy day, hasn't it?
I think it's easy, but it's very different, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, up until now, we concentrated on where we put our feet.
Yeah.
Lots of mud,
yes.
lots of slipperiness,
yeah.
and not just that. It was the path was it moved. You never went more than 100 meters without changing direction.
Yeah.
And today we've had this great straight road.
Absolutely. A disused railway line is what we've been walking on, and it's been a treat. It's just been uncomplicated, straightforward, and quite short by our standards. This is one of our shortest days. 10 miles.
It is short, but it's also it's tarmac. So of course it can, for some people that can be quite hard. And the other thing that's hard is you can see a kilometre ahead all the time. It's not one of these things where you can only see 100 metres and then know you're changing direction.
Yeah.
So.
I guess one of the thoughts that came into my mind, because we are trying to have this quiet time every day, and that's when you have the most important thoughts, I think. And at one point, it's been very rainy again today and very misty, and at one point we had a far view into the distance, but it was shrouded with mist, and so it felt kind of like, well, what being a pilgrim is all about, because you're stepping out into the unknown. And we're kind of doubly stepping out into the unknown at the moment, because we don't quite know what things are going to be like for us in Paris. But as pilgrims, we do that in faith. We put our trust in the Lord, and it feels right that we go out without perfect knowledge. We are being true pilgrims on this trip.
We most certainly are, and I think a point that you made about that time of prayer.
Yeah.
I think it gave us more than usual, because although we had the silence up to an hour, just under an hour of time to pray, we also were able to pray as we went along, because we didn't have to watch our step.
That's right.
And I think that a lot of the time that type of repetitive prayer, the sort that was given to us by Father Kevin when we visited St. John's?
St. John's, the Jesus prayer, Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Great walking prayer. But you've got a great walking prayer.
Yeah,
what's your walking prayer?
I have one that goes volo quid vi, volo quiavi, volo commodo vi, volo quam Deo vi. And it's Latin, but it's all about giving yourself to God and letting Him make the decisions for you.
Yeah.
It's a really old priest's prayer from quite a long time ago.
Fantastic. Thank you, Harry. Thank you for being my pilgrim pal tonight. And I think that's it. From Neufchâtel in Neufchâtel-en-Bray, which makes fantastic heart-shaped cheese, and it happens to be in the shape of the heart on the earth on our sweatshirts. So people think when walking down the road we're advertising their cheese. Okay, that's it. Thank you, and see you again tomorrow, I hope. Bye.